actress, comedian, and writer Sasheer Zamata originally had her sights set on becoming a journalist in college at the University of Virginia. But instead, she ended up falling in love with theater and moving to New York City with hopes of auditioning for Broadway. But when she didn't land any jobs, she turned her passion for being on stage into a career in improv. Then in 2014, she became one of only 5 Black female comedians to ever be cast on Saturday Night Live. Listen, Sasheer now stars in 2 hit shows, ABC's Home Economics and Hulu's Woke, and is one half of the popular podcast Best Friends with her bestie, Nicole Byer. Talk about a life you could never imagine. Listen, in the Hulu series Woke, Sasheer continues to use comedy to address the realities of being Black in America, and now the show returns for its highly anticipated 2nd season.
Ayana, yes. Ayana!
Keith, hey, this is my date, who I told you about, the only person I met today.
I'm sorry, I really don't have time to cover for you right now. You're like the 3rd or 4th person I've seen her with today.
I'm cheating on my girlfriend anyway. I'm gonna go get a selfie.
Okay. Yep. This one sucks.
Hey, can we focus on me for a second? I am drowning right now.
Please welcome Sasheer Zamata to the show. Congratulations! Oh my gosh, Okay, 2nd season, no pressure, no pressure. How did you feel going into it?
Well, of course you want the 2nd season to be better than the 1st, but I feel like we really did that. I feel like the writing is super strong. The bond that the cast has is even stronger than the 1st season, and everything that we are talking about is very topical. So I think people are going to get a lot out of these episodes because, some of it's evergreen.
Yeah. Well, listen, the reality is life is a cycle and it goes round and round. People believe that things that are happening right now are new conversations. And I'm like, have you picked up a history book? And that's a big part of what this show is. It really is facing very complex and very hurtful subject matter in this intriguing way. What are the challenges when you're talking about, for example, police brutality and you're trying to find, I struggle with the word humor, but you'll tell me because this is what you do, but how do you find humor in presenting it?
Well, I think comedy is a great tool to get people to break down their defenses and listen to a different perspective. And I think that's what the show does. We take heavy subjects, but we try to have a lens on it that is more comedic. And we're not making fun of any of these topics. But I think because we're finding ways to joke about it and find humor in it, it helps people digest it better. And
well, a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. Again, not a new saying.
Absolutely.
It is not a new saying. Is there anything, when you were going through the scripts for this 2nd season especially, was there any topic where you thought, I don't even, as skilled of a comedian as I am and as great as I am at improv, I don't think I can pull this one off?
Honestly, I believe you can talk about anything. If you frame it in a good way and make sure that people aren't the butt of the joke, I think you can make anything funny. I think as long as there's a human connection at stake, people can relate to it.
I love this character, Ayana, in this 2nd season. She even picks, I know that they've said that so much of her is you and you are her in some ways, particularly over the pandemic, you picked up roller skating. And,
Yes.
and then they weave this into your character. First of all, are you good at roller skating?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I can definitely do some tricks. I'm trying to learn more. I'm trying to get more smooth. I want to be able to skate dance down Venice Beach and look cool. But yeah, I love that the writers saw that was my journey during the pandemic and then added it to my character in the show. The clip that you just played in that episode, one of my dates that I have with someone is a roller skating date. And I think it's fun to be able to bring my life into this character.
I'm going back to your life, and I've read so many interviews with you, and it's such a beautiful story of setting your sights on one thing and then having to pivot to something else. When we say that sentence, never could I have imagined, how do you answer it?
I mean, it's funny because I can't imagine. I have dreams. I've always dreamed of being on SNL and performing and acting. I just didn't know how to do it. And when I moved to New York, thought I was going to do theater. And really, I was following the fun, just following things that really excited me.
You were
and
following the
that was-
fun. I like that line, following the fun, because obviously following the fun when you're just starting out and you don't have any money can be challenging.
Yeah, for sure. That's also like what youth could provide. You know, I moved to New York right after college, so I was just like young, dumb, and hungry. So I was like, yeah, we'll figure it out. I just had faith that it would work out, and it really did.
I love that because we just had Omar Epps on and he said a similar thing. There's something about, youth that allows you to imagine it and then you put in the hard work and hopefully it turns into where you are now. I just love the arc of everything you've done, and coming up, Sasheer reveals what it's like hosting her weekly podcast with her best friend. Now, they tell a lot of secrets on each other. We'll see if she tells them on our show after the break. That's next. Welcome back. We are talking about life journeys that have played out in unimaginable ways. Back with us is actress and comedian Sasheer Zamata, who's been telling us about her Hulu comedy series, Woke. I got to talk about this podcast, Sasheer. You do it with Nicole Byer, your bestie. Of course, she is on the popular bake series, Nailed It, which I'm still trying to nail some of those recipes. But your podcast, some of the topics, Sasheer has a hot dog problem. That was the title of an episode. What does that mean?
Well, I love hot dogs.
Okay, I knew what it meant because I saw, but I'm talking about there's only one type of hot dog in my view, Sasheer. It is crispy. It has to have a snap.
Absolutely. It's gotta be crisp. I mean, do you like bacon wrapped?
No. I only like my bacon. I'm a bacon purist. I don't want it in my ice cream. I don't want it on a tomato and a BLT. I'm a bacon purist. It has its own plate and its own destination. Right in my mouth. Right in my mouth. Okay. Next up, Sasheer likes to sleep naked every night.
Yeah, that's true. We had actually a pretty contentious conversation because Nicole likes to sleep head to toe covered, including a hat.
Yeah, a hat.
A hat, like a winter beanie.
Okay, so when you're revealing that you like to sleep naked every night, and by the way, I did until I had a child, and you lose that right. It's a whole nother. I don't want him in therapy for that. But you lose that when you have a 3-year-old. But nevertheless, I'm curious why you decided to reveal these things, and I guess it sounds liberating to do this podcast.
It is, and honestly, we're just having conversations that we would be having off camera, off the record, and we just put a microphone in front of us and let people be a part of the journey.
I love it. Well, having an awesome best friend on the journey is really cool. Many times I could never have imagined. I've had the same best friend since I was 4 years old. So I'll ask you, what makes a good best friend?
Ooh, someone who's going to call you out.
Yeah.
Someone who's very good at communication, and someone who's able to adapt, because we change as people throughout the years, and if they're able to change with you, that's really special.
I love it. Well, you are so special. Congratulations on everything. Not one, but 2 hit shows. And Sasheer has, I said, 2 shows. Season 2 of Woke starts streaming on Hulu April 8th. Thank you so much. Congratulations on everything.
Okay.